with the AriesAlchemist for another general tarot reading. My hair keeps touching my ear and I keep thinking it's a bug. And that's on me. So this is for everybody. This is just the general collective for all humans of Earth. Let's do for the month of September. So if you see this after September, you know, the timeless does not apply. But if you see this anytime during September, this is what you can expect. Oh, we got the Ten of Wands that came out as soon as I made up my mind what type of reading it's going to be. Page of Cups in reverse. Eight of Wands. Two of Swords reversed. Oh, Seven of Swords. Queen of Swords in reverse. And the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Let me go ahead and clarify those. What's going on in September for the homies? Fall is definitely almost here. With it being all cold in the morning and then warmer later in the day, everybody's starting to get sick. Happens like clockwork. The thing is, like, is it a cold? Or is it COVID? Or is it the flu? Or is it something else we don't even know about yet? It's time to go back to wearing masks. But boy, I've been tired. But I love doing these. I really love doing readings, so I've been trying to push through. But that's what's up with the low energy, the excessive yawning and all that, okay? But we got the Ten of Wands clarified by the King of Swords in reverse. So this is especially for those who are in some type of relationship. It's looking like it is going to be a lot for romantic relationships, honestly, looking at the spread. But if they are an air sign especially, and that's Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, I'm seeing a lot of burdens for you. A lot of focusing on the wrong thing, so you're missing the signs. Because of whatever this person has going on. They have you in your head. There's not a lot of clarity. We got both the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups in reverse. It looks like the reason is just that they're not in love anymore. Not only are they not really in love, but they're falling out of lust as well. So this just really ain't it right now. Eight of Wands clarified by the Two of Pentacles. Things are going to move fast though. I don't see a lot of you breaking up quite yet, honestly, although there is this feeling of impending doom. Like, you know that things aren't going to work out, but you're so used to them, you just want to hang on as long as you can, or you're not really sure what you're going to do afterwards, so you want to hang on as long as you can. It was 333 on the timer when I said that. But this is showing you that Spirit is going to help you put down some of that baggage so that you can start to think a little bit more clear. And that's reinforced here with the Two of Swords and the Queen of Cups both in reverse. You're going to have help getting up out of your feelings so that you can think more logically. It's just taking a little bit of time. Seven of Swords clarified by the Temperance in reverse. Some of you, again, you just prefer to hold on to your delusions because you're not ready to let go. I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. It just is what it is. Emotions definitely complicate things, you know. And then we all have these different aberrations and childhood wounds and traumas and patterns of thinking that just make it hard to do what everybody else who's not emotionally attached to the situation can see so clearly. You have the Queen of Swords in reverse, clarified by the Ace of Wands. So for some of you, I'm getting that this has mostly been about a divine masculine is the one that's falling out of love, right? And so this is letting you know that it's some divine feminine that, okay, and this is divine in the sense like it can be karmic or whatever, just this was going to happen because there's some lesson to be learned. Not divine as in like a soulmate or something like that. But the person that they have been entertaining is going to be the one to send you some type of message to help you break the illusion. For some of you, it's going to be real messy. Like, girl, don't you know that he was over here last night and that's why y'all was arguing? He just needed an excuse to get out the house. That's somebody's storyline, real specific, that came out. So this Knight of Pentacles in reverse and this Knight of Wands, that's showing recklessness. This is Spirit letting you know, like, it's probably going to hurt. That's very understandable, but pay attention to what you're giving your energy to. That should be your cue to go ahead and leave, not your cue to act crazy. Because it's not going to solve anything. If nothing else, it's just going to push them right back into this other person's arms. Like, you're acting crazy, they don't want to deal with that, so they're going to go to where it's a little bit more chill. It's a sad truth. It's a sad truth. People who are underdeveloped emotionally usually just want whatever is easiest, not what's right or what's best for them. And that's something that you're going to have to learn to accept right now. And learn to pray for discernment, actually, so you can be able to tell, like, who is actually emotionally mature, who should you be with next, you know? Because a lot of times we don't really see what's going on until we're already in too deep, but there was always signs before that. Just, there's a reason we didn't see them. And that doesn't mean that anything is necessarily wrong with you or that you're doing something wrong. It's just part of the human experience, is all. You got to learn some way or another. It doesn't mean this was your karma. It doesn't mean that you're being punished right now. It just means it's a lesson you had to learn. And this is the way that you ended up learning it. Pulling crystals and affirmations. Man, it's crazy sometimes when I read these. So, like, how the messages come out, it's easier to pull energy from people who already engage with me. So, like, the more that you engage with me, the more likely I am to, I'm about to say spill, to pull your storyline. So sometimes as I'm doing these readings, I'm like, oh yeah, I know exactly who this is talking about. And I already know they're going to end up seeing the message because it's like God is sending them this message specifically. But also, you know, there's only so many different situations to be in, so it happens to apply to more people also. But so you got Black Obsidian. This is calling to strength and protection. That's really going to help you right now. It's going to give you the strength you need to feel more confident in yourself and your standards and what you want, and the fact that you're able to get it so that you can move on. It's also going to protect you from this negative energy, because when someone is out there engaging with several other people, let alone just like one person steadily, you start to absorb that person's energy too. And so you have to think about, this is a woman in this instance most likely, or just someone feminine, could be a feminine man, but they're willing to settle for someone in a supposedly committed relationship. So their vibe can't be that high. So your person's already in a low vibe to be out here sneaking and geeking, and then they're engaging with another low vibe person that is most likely in a low vibe environment also. So all of this is accumulating and snowballing right back to you. So this Black Obsidian is also going to help keep you as protected as possible from that energy, from absorbing it. It might be around you, but you don't have to let it consume you. And then this Hematite is going to help you to stay grounded and to heal from the situation. Same with this Rose Quartz. It's going to help you vibrate on love so that you're not staying around longer than you need to learn the lesson that God has for you. And so that you can make sure that you're staying as open as possible, so that you're not like pushing away other situations that could be helpful to you because you feel like you don't deserve it, or you're just afraid it's going to be like this one. And then this Amazonite is going to help bring you solace, and it's also going to help you with clear communication. Sometimes it's the right thing for you to just ghost somebody, to be honest. If they're just going to argue back and forth with you, or you know for a full fact that they don't have the minds to hear you right now, but you need to save yourself, like, ghost their ass. It's really okay. But then other times your lesson might be in boundaries or speaking up for yourself. And so you need to speak to them, not for them to hear you, but so that you can get it off your chest, off your heart. So those 4 crystals are really going to help you out. Black Obsidian, Rose Quartz, Amazonite, Hematite. Those are all fairly easy to find. You could probably get all 4 of them for less than $7, to be honest. Affirmations. All that I want and need comes to me easily. Easily. Make sure you add in that easily part, because everything you want and need can come to you in the most difficult way, in the path that takes the longest. But when you add easily, that helps you to follow the path of least resistance, which is important. I am surrounded by love and grace. Remember that even though this person has fallen out of love with you, or maybe the love that they had for you wasn't real in the first place, that doesn't mean that you're not worthy of love and that you can't attract love. I keep looking out the window. I am love and give it unconditionally with healthy boundaries. So again, like for some of you, your lesson is in boundaries and speaking up for yourself. So affirm that. And then I give myself permission to be my authentic self. Just because somebody doesn't want you doesn't mean that anything is wrong with you. You got to get that through your head. Even if it's the last 10 people that didn't act like they really wanted you, that's still 10 people out of billions of humans on earth. It says more about them than it does about you. Now let's get a message from your spirit guides. What do your spirit guides have to say? Now for your spirit guides, those are more like upper echelon is what's coming to mind. They don't care as much about smaller earthly human affairs. So their advice is more so like, what's going to align you with your ultimate purpose? Like, fuck these little relationships. What are you going to do to fulfill your purpose on earth as a human? That's mostly what they're concerned about. So you have Stargate of Lyra, expand your casual chakra. How can you be of service to other people? Sometimes when we get in these situations like this where a relationship's failing and we're not ready to let go, it can cause a lot of depressive feelings and a lot of anxiety, a lot of just like not so good things, hopelessness, things like that, even if it's just temporary. But this is letting you know that if you devote yourself to being of service at this time, that's going to help raise your vibe. You helping other people will help you. So consider volunteering, or even just like spending more time with your kids, your family, if you got siblings or whatever, parents that are still alive that you're connected to, kind of stuff like that. Just don't isolate yourself. Soul satisfaction, it's bringing more attention to the picture here than the words. Like again, just getting yourself around people and in nature. You're going to be able to get through this a lot easier that way. The cosmic ruby, this is all about peace, helping you to stay grounded. Stop letting people disturb your peace. They can come in with chaotic situations, but you can always choose not to engage in that chaos. That is always an option. I am presence. So Jehovah means I am that I am. That is one of the names that people have deemed for God. And so this is more so telling you to like tap into your inner God or your inner goddess and start commanding the universe. What is it that you want? What do you really want? Once you put your order in, don't wonder whether or not it's really coming. When you order something from Amazon, like, you don't call them and message them like, hey, are you still sending my package? You know it's coming because you paid for it. Like, you commanded it. It's definitely on its way. And if you got Prime, you know it's coming fast too. Treat your manifestations and your affirmations like Amazon Prime. Know that they're coming. Refreshing oasis, nurture yourself. Sometimes too, when a relationship is failing and we don't want to let it go, we start pouring into them more. But let me tell you something. If they already don't appreciate what you're doing, they're not going to appreciate more of it. If I tell you, hey, I'm hungry, but I do not like pizza, and you give me a slice of pizza, and I tell you, hey, I don't want this, I don't appreciate it. You giving me 4 more slices of pizza is not going to help me. Now you're just pissing me off because I done told you I don't like this. So trying to love them more is going to be in vain. Because it was never about what you were or were not doing in the first place. It's about them and whatever's going on in their head. And that don't really got nothing to do with you. Actions you can take. What actions does Spirit suggest you take to help you get through this situation? Bust out of your cocoon. Embrace your power. Love yourself. Rejuvenate. So the same few things that came out with your spirit guides, for real, This bust out of your cocoon is talking about going to be of service. Do not let yourself stay cooped up, isolated, in depression. Don't do it this time. Embrace your power. Start commanding what you want. Love yourself. Know that you're worthy of good things, even though this is not necessarily a good thing. You just need to learn this lesson. Sometimes we got to know what we don't want and what's not good for us to understand what we absolutely do want that is going to feel good. And then rejuvenate. Make sure you're really taking care of yourself. Keep vibing high. Or vibe higher and stay there. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Something from your guardian angels now, from the Moonology deck. A win-win outcome is forecast, and take time to breathe out. Things are going to work out for you. This just, again, it was a needed lesson. Now you know better, so you can do better. It's a win-win. You just got to make sure you're seeing it as a win-win. And then take time to breathe out. What you don't want to do is jump right into another relationship, because usually when that happens, you're jumping into something else with the same type of person and you don't even realize it. You got to take a little bit of time to unpack. See where, I was tempted to say, where did you go wrong? But I don't want it to sound like, again, like you're not doing anything wrong. This was just a lesson that you needed. But what part did you play in your own unhappiness? What can you do better next time to increase the odds that you'll have a more pleasurable experience? Maybe the only thing you did was like overstay your welcome. Because again, there's always signs that something's going on. We just tend to ignore them and hope for the best. Something from your ancestors. Now, your ancestors, especially your new ones, like the ones that have transitioned during this lifetime, they do care about these affairs more so than other people on your spirit team, because they literally just went through it, you know. They do also care about your purpose, and they're going to help you with that, but they're going to give you more tea about your day-to-day stuff usually too. So don't be afraid to call on them and ask them very specific questions. If you don't know how to hear the answer that they're giving to you, oh my God. When you talk to them, if you don't know how to hear the answer that they're giving you clearly, that's what readings are for. So Keepers of the Earth, this is them letting you know that they are trying to guide you through it. Now, I had said this in another video, I can't remember which one, but sometimes your ancestors don't speak the same language as you, and they're not finna learn English either. So they send you things in signs instead. Or sometimes they just peep that you cannot hear them clearly, so they try to send you like more blatant signs to get your attention. So start looking up, like if you see a sparrow fly past your window as you're thinking about your situation, like what is the spiritual meaning of a sparrow? Pay attention. Let's say you're watching a TV show in the background, like you're working or you're doing something else and it's just on in the background, and then you tune in on a specific sentence out of the blue. Like, pay attention to what you were thinking about when you heard that part, because that's a message for you. Numbers. You look at the clock in at 7:13 at night. Then you wake up at 7:13 randomly. What does 7:13 mean? Spiritual meaning of it. Look that up. They're helping you out and they're trying to get your attention so they can help you better. Meditating is going to help you to hear them better. You don't really have to meditate every day, to be honest. And meditation doesn't have to look like just sitting there with your eyes closed in silence either. So find a meditation that works for you. That could be walking, gardening, knitting, reading, praying, whatever you want to do. Just find something that works and be at least semi-consistent. Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? The person you're supposed to be with will be attached to your ultimate purpose. If your purpose is to change the world, literally, your person's going to be a world changer. Or they're going to be very, very supportive, very catering, so that the energy is ripe for you to have the energy to save the world. So pay attention to things like that. I'm in these business groups online because I own a branding firm, and I'll see people say things like, what do I do if I start a business and my husband doesn't want me to do it? Like, that's a clear indication that this is not your person. It's probably ran its course. Like, maybe they served you at first, but it's probably not going to work out longer. The person you're supposed to be with is going to support the things that you really want to do and the things that you feel like you need to do. Break the chain, ancestral patterns. This is all about breaking those generational curses. Maybe you come from a family where all you've seen is people settle in relationships. Lipstick. But, you know, maybe you haven't seen any happy, healthy relationships. Maybe you've only seen people that stay together for the kids, and so they just cheat on each other and have separate lives and stuff like that. This is your call to break that pattern. You don't have to settle for shit. It don't matter if you were with this person for 23 years and you wake up one day and you're like, you know what? I don't know if this is going to work for me. Leave then. You can do whatever you want, friend. You can do literally whatever you want to do. The only thing that be stopping people is their mind and them being afraid of what people are going to think. Let's leave off with a cannabis oracle. Fan favorite. Judgment. The challenge is your choice. Call upon the forces of mind and spirit to be true. Surami. Don't be afraid to ask for help. This can be emotional help. Like, it doesn't even have to be anything tangible. Can y'all please help me get through this? I've been crying. I don't understand what I did wrong. I'm not feeling good about myself. Like, send me a sign. Little things like that. Send people that are going to make me laugh more than I cry. Have my friends send me memes. One of my favorite things is I'll be like, have one of my friends just send me some type of long random paragraph that lets me know it has to be y'all because it's just out of the blue. I'll be like a real strong confirmation. And I get it every time because I expect it. I put my order in. There's no reason I shouldn't get what I asked for. That's what I want for you. So that's what I have for you guys. If anything resonated, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the Channy. I definitely appreciate it. Somebody else out there needs to hear this message too. Especially this is urgent. This is only September. Okay? Like, this is not a timeless reading. So they need to hear it now. Every time you engage with me and my channel, it helps to spread the word. It helps more people find out that I exist so that they can hear what they need to hear. And I appreciate when y'all do that for me. Again, if you would like a personal reading, you can book that through the link in the description. If you're feeling super down and you really need a quick boost, the self-love ritual, I think, is like $7. Join it. I got you. All right, y'all. Bye.